That's why they do it again and again and again and again, you know? That's why I do the same fucking thing, bro. Like, they don't want to hear that stuff from me. I already know. They don't like hearing about it because it's something they've done. Clearly. They got something to say about it when you feel some type of way. God forbid you say something about it. Like, well, that's why. That's exactly why. Like, that's why I don't say anything. Because you get all upset. I walk on eggshells around some of these people. Because if I start getting like them, now everybody's going to look at me and think I'm fucking nuts and crazy and schizo and whatever it could be. Histrionic, right? They do that to you, bro. This is called a tactic from a narcissist. Like, they are about that. That's the thing. They think they're playing games with everybody. They think everything's a fucking game. They don't look at it in a healthy way. Because I have some of those traits too. If I'm throwing garbage around all day, you think I'm actually enjoying it? No, I'm looking at it like it's a fucking video game. 2 points! And throwing it in the back. Even when the customer is stupid, bro. Like, yo, I get angry about them filling it up to the brim with no bag when I was doing that shit. Like, are you mad? You wouldn't be able to do the shit I did in life. You'd get pissed more than me if you had to do what I do for nothing. In return, like, seems like for no reason. And I was always saying it, bro. All this shit that they're voting for today, I was saying it since I'm a young ass kid, and I didn't need anybody to tell me really. I'm like, yeah, it's wrong. You're taxing people to take care of what? Do evil shit to them? Like, you're fucked up. No, you want some bad shit to happen, in my opinion. A lot of them do. Because I used to be just like you, saying, wait till it happens to you. And I sit there saying, I know it's going to happen to you, and I hope it doesn't. That's the difference. I know what's going to happen to those people that troll. Like, they can't tell when I'm joking, but I'm supposed to be able to tell when they're joking. See, I don't hide behind a soul or comedy. I'm like, come on, I was just joking when you get offended. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm genuinely not trying to offend you. Like, you could tell. If I'm trying to be offensive, it's probably somebody I don't like, and I wouldn't want to be around them in the first place. Like, yeah, oh, well, if you think I'm going out of my way just to offend you, why would I even bother talking to you? Like, you think I'm that immature? I'm trying to get to the truth, bro. I'm trying to find love, just like you. Good thing I know how to find it inside of myself. You know? I always knew that. Because I'd be in a room all alone, bro. Wondering when the fuck, like, when are you gonna come home? Like, what the fuck, bro? You got me sitting here wondering all day. It's not like an abandonment issue. It's like, yeah, you're gonna fucking ghost me. You're gonna abandon me. Everybody does, whether they friends, family, or whatever it could be. You know why? Because God takes you away, too. Sometimes people die. You don't know about that? You're afraid of death, and I'm not. I don't even cope with it. Like, bro, that shit is not even real to me half the time. So you're just entering through a doorway. I'm sure. I hope I go with God when I die. Yo, I hope to get to heaven, bro. I'm not acting like I'm better than you. I'm acting like I don't want to end up in hell. That's what I act like. I don't want to go to bad places on earth. Why would I want to go there after I die? You know, you treat your fucking hometown like shit, wondering why it's like, oh, this place sucks. Bro, I wasn't doing that. You kicked me out of this fucking region, is how I feel. You do things to me that make me want to go to warmer weather. I'm not even against your politics. I think all that is bullshit. It's a pot of piss waiting to get flushed, you know? I'm not acting like it's gonna be better or worse after. I'm acting like I hope God sees us here. You know, I hope God sees his people for who they are. You know, instead of this evil moniker you want us to have all the time because we call ourselves something you don't like. It doesn't matter what you believe in, bro. You're gonna sit there judging me? You're gonna put me on a cross like how you wanna put them on a spike and burn it. I know. That's why I forgive them. Even though I see why you wanna put them in an urn. Because they put fucking spells on you that hurt, bro. This shit causes pain. Literal pain. It doesn't matter if it's just in your brain, your emotions, or your flesh. Like, you're causing stress. The receptors going off of somebody getting mentally or emotionally, verbally abused is the same as if you putting the screws on them. It's the same receptors going off in their brain. And then you turn around saying you love them. That's why if you make me feel like I want to beat the brakes off of you, why would I waste my time trying to be around you? You're not sitting there trying to make me laugh. You know? Oh yeah, I make you feel good, but you make me feel like crap. To the point where it doesn't make sense to be around each other, because if we're both making each other feel like crap, I'm going to stop pouring into those people, is what I've been doing for like the last 10 years. You think it's like, well, nobody can handle talking to you. Good, I don't want to fucking talk to them. Good, hey, you know what? You know what that means? I got one less birthday gift to worry about, or one less fake friend that wants to talk shit. You think I'm gonna be there with all my friends if they're not getting judged the same way as me? Or blessed? Because I look at God as a correction. Like, he corrects me when I'm wrong. I don't take offense to that shit. You do. When God is telling you through people, that's not good. You know, you just yes me to death and you act like, well, you'll see what happens to you. You keep using you praise a false idol and then put God on it and act like it's never going to come back to you. I guess you could blame the devil later on. I guess you could blame me for trying to tell you. And then what? When you come back around later on again, apologetic or whatever it could be, trying to be my friend. Like, good. That's all I wanted from you. There's a clear, like, I'm glad I told you. Like, yeah, back then I wasn't as offended as you thought. Like, I used to think I'm being offensive and then I need to stay away. Because people can't handle what I'm saying, clearly, whether I'm sober or drunk. They don't like the things I say. They don't really believe me. I'm like, bro, it's right there in the book. I'm not even always in 100% agreement. I'm just letting you know what it says because my memory is usually on point. It's something that I actually take pride in. So when I can't remember something because I was drunk or whatever it could be, it's embarrassing, bro. Especially if I wake up, like, where'd my pants go, you know? Like, why am I here in this condition? Oh, all right, because I'm an asshole. I got too drunk the night before. Like, that's my fault. I don't get to blame anybody else. I don't get to blame it on alcohol. Now, do I? That's why I don't blame cell phones, technology. I don't blame women. I don't blame God. I don't blame the devil. I don't blame the doggy. I blame the owner if the dog's doing something wrong. I blame the parents if the child is acting rambunctious. See, I got a good heart, but the thing is, it was too much with that fucked up shit, in my opinion. Like, discipline for no reason, you know? Teaching you structure that doesn't exist. telling me about it when you're not fucking cleaning. Like, bro, you have other people doing it for you. What are you talking about? Just like how I have somebody else doing something else for me that you don't have, you know? It's the same but different. It's the other side to the coin. It's not a team aspect. It's not something I'm trying to play. It's not a game. You're talking about same team. You've been doing friendly fire on me all day then. Wondering why I'm not playing dead. Like, we're supposed to be on the same team and you shooting pellets at me. You want me to act like I got hit by the opposite team? You're playing for the other team in my uniform. Fuck is wrong with you? You know, we have the same uniform. It's not mine, but we have the same uniform and you keep going against me. I'm not even doing anything wrong to you, really. I'm expecting friction if I'm doing something wrong. I'm expecting correction especially, I appreciate correction if I don't know I'm doing something wrong. You understand? If I am unaware how to do something because I'm making a mistake, doing it the wrong way, I'm very appreciative and grateful when somebody says, no, 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 this is how you're supposed to do it. Very grateful for that, bro. Very grateful when the Lord corrects me. I think that's why God respects my boundaries. He knows that I know when I'm breaking his boundary. I don't act like he can't see me sinning if I happen to sin. That's like bad shit. I feel bad for it because that means I'm of the devil if I just keep going to sin. But I can admit that. If he says, depart from me, I never knew you, you work out of iniquity, I would feel horrible. I would feel judged and bad for myself, and then I'd have to go to hell. I'd have to go in the lake of fire because that's the Messiah, right? What he says goes. What, are you going to cry about it forever? Try to put that out? Try to put the lake of fire out? Right? You can't do that. What, are you mad now that you got caught? You're sorry you got caught, right? That's what they all say. But these people do that. They're going to have something to say about it at the end of the day. All that shit they used to be, well, you sorry you got caught. Yeah, and then when you die and go get judged in the court of God, you're going to be upset that you were trying to teach me some bullshit that you never follow. You give me all these rules to swallow while you want me to take pills on top of it. Like, some fake ass shit that you don't want. You don't have to follow those rules. Now, do you? You wouldn't even expect yourself to follow these rules that you're trying to give to everybody else. Because you live by a different standard. There's rules for everybody else, but not for me. See, I was trying to respect your boundaries and have a bandana on in the supermarket if I happen to go inside of one during those times. But when I'm in the store with my face is bare and there's nobody around me, you're coming up to me to tell me about it. When it's like, bro, I put it on around you. You're trying to tell, I don't want you to be upset, but I'm not a zombie like you either. I actually listened to what they said. Like, oh yeah, it's to prevent my germs from passing off to you if I'm wearing a face covering. I know, but it was a satanic ritual. See, if you stayed 6 feet away from me, according to your little satanic rules, you wouldn't be worried about if I drool, sneeze. Like, you're still picking up all the products on the shelf and putting it back. If you don't want it. You sit there reading the ingredients, put it back. You sit there hacking, choking all over the place, right? You don't even cover your fucking mouth, but you expect everybody else to respect your boundaries. Like, bro, they don't want to... I'm not worried about getting sick, but I know other people are. I used to be way more of a germaphobe. Like, what? So wait, you don't believe in the germ theory. So wait, do you think it's okay to just pass off STDs to people if you're aware of it? You're aware that you have some type of STD, and then you just go sleeping with people unprotected? That means you're fucked up, and I hope you got what's coming to you. I hope God comes to you one day and makes you see the error in your ways when you do that type of shit to people. When you make false accusations, when you lie to them, try to get them into trouble, when you lie about them to try to get them into trouble, when you try to ruin people's reputations. See, I don't say shit. I ain't even making statements with somebody's name attached. I'm saying how something makes me feel, and you're acting like I'm always on trial when God already convicted me. The Holy Ghost convicted me. And I'm not trying to get you to follow my religious creed. Like, bro, that's a fake mockery, mystery, Babylon bullshit. Most of it. They got Christmas trees by the pulpit. Like, that's not good. That's not good. That's worshiping false idols right there, bro. Like, I get it. It's your tradition. It's pretty. I get it. I think it's pretty also. But I also think it's pretty awful that you put God's name on it. You put Jesus on this stuff. You're literally doing the same thing. You're metaphorically putting him on a tree for how many days? How many days you gotta see him on the tree before you take him down? Is he dead yet? Is he dead enough for you? And how many days you gotta be buried in a fucking grave before he rises up for you to believe what he says? Like, does it have to be 3 days? I mean, he said it's 3 days later. That's why it happened 3 days later, because it's what he said would be. You know, he's telling me the truth. You like to lie to me and put Jesus' name on it all the time. And then all these little fucking weirdos have a prerogative and a point to think he's Satan. Because you are doing Saturnalia, putting Jesus' name on it, in league with terrorists and devils and liars and all this bullshit. And then you turn yourself into a heretic, acting like God's going to bless this place. That's not good to do. I would never do that to anybody. I wouldn't try to lead you astray even if I could. I'd say, listen, I don't think this way is good for you. It doesn't matter how much you like me. You know, it ain't about if I like you or don't like you. I don't think this is good for you to do. Like, you need a little bit more than I could give you. You know? It's not like you're so entitled. But when you start acting that way, now I start to believe when I feel that. Like, you're entitled. Even when I tell you it's not good enough, you just feel entitled to my energy and my attention. You feel entitled to my time and my love. When you waste it, you go wasting it away and wondering why I don't want to talk to you. Hey, at least I could lock in. You know? I could lock in. It's not enough though. You know, the money is too expensive for shit. I can't afford anything really. That's why I try to say it. Like, I have to be here, bro. What am I gonna do? I have to be here, bro. It ain't just about I don't want to see them go through bad things. They're helping me too. I don't want to be homeless. Not really, bro. It sucks that we're in a slave system, but I always said I'd rather have an on-the-books job and pay my taxes, get a W-2, and you try to act like I'm a ne'er-do-well, miscreant. Like, you gave yourself away, dude. Like, you're the one trying to get me sick and put me around rude-ass shit. Like, you want to be around this miscreant, nasty debaucher. Like, you want it, and I at least try to keep it to myself when I feel that way. You know, like, I want to have lust. Yeah, I have flesh too, bro. I'm tempted by the same devils as you. Wow, what a surprise. Now go blame a Jew. Act like I'm anti-Semitic. Why you go blaming them for everything? When I don't like the shit they say either. It doesn't mean I'm in favor of their fucking Satanism. Okay? Thinking Jesus is burning in excrement. Like, you're a narcissist. Think it's all about you. Because you follow the fucking law a little bit. Like, you're nuts. Oh, I guess that means you love God more than me because you follow the law better? Like, you're a scumbag. You don't even care what he says to love your neighbor. You don't even care. You don't care. You will do things out of spite and anger and wonder why people say, hey, maybe you should have just used a fucking coat hanger on yourself instead of putting it on a doctor because you want to kill. Like, yeah, let's blame the doctors, even though they're a shill doing it for a dollar bill anyway. They're gonna have their own judgment to pay. Like, I don't care about them. I don't want them to have to change. If they wanna, maybe they're so perfect and precious, and they need something to repent from. Cause they're like a dead bitch, you know. That's what they respect about it. Nothing. They barely respect themselves. Expect everybody else to stop and help when they need some type of fucking attention or whatever it could be. Like, I paid attention to you, and then you don't care what happens to me, and then I feel bad for your son. You know what I mean? I feel bad for the man in your life. Because you don't care how men feel, but we have to stop and help you heal. And otherwise, we're so mean. You know, if I'm telling you to have control over yourself, and then if I let you have control over me, you think it's some weird, obscene shit. When it's something you want from me. You want to sit on my face. And you complain that guys don't want to do that shit. And then, yeah, hey, I don't want to do it to you neither. If you're not going to love me and be with me forever, why would I want to put my face on your beaver like that? To have a one-night stand? Like, that's disgusting. You know? I'm a man, bro. I don't have these plans with you to lay down and just never care about how you feel. That's how you treat me. You could lay down with me and do whatever you want. You could treat me however you want. I could let you do whatever the fuck you want to me. It's still never good enough for you. That's why you get to call me all these things while you point the finger at all these other dudes for what you really want to say about me. Because I respect people's boundaries, whether they rock a rainbow flags, crucifixes, Star of Remfram, or I mean the Star of David, whatever you want to call that. Or they want to walk around a black cube all day. You know? They need a specific spot to go and pray. Otherwise, it doesn't mean as much. I guess the Spirit of God doesn't reside in the temple of God, even though they're following all those laws, right? Because you're so horrible if you go eat pork. Never forget that. When I think it's just healthier if I don't. I think it's healthier if I'm fasting, and then I actually use it to pray. I'm like, oh God, I'm hungry today. I could see myself already hungry, and the sun came up. Like, what do you want me to say? So if I wait for lunchtime, if I wait for dinner time, is it enough time past? Am I still fat or chubby? Because I could make excuses. Well, I only eat once a day. Well, you still ain't burning calories away. You're not even trying to pack on a little bit of muscle. Like, what are you doing, bro? Do some cardio or something, right? At least I do kettlebell swings. Like, you could tell, if I ate the things I ate, like if my diet was way more on point, I wouldn't be chubby at all, probably. If I just ate fish, rice, and vegetables every day, or chicken, rice every day. Like, yeah, when I lock in, that's the type of stuff I do. I just eat the same thing over and over and over again. But then I have a cheat meal, too. That's what it is, bro. That's what I do. I have smoked fish in there when I have to fast. You know, I could heat up bean and cheese burritos and then peel apart the smoked fish and eat it at the same time. Like, you're a little bitch, and you have to do things for yourself. You don't include God in the good or the bad. I'm always asking him for help. I'm not even expecting him to half the time. But I know he cares, and I know he will. In his time. Maybe you gotta go through some bullshit to learn your fucking lesson finally. Because I've always been worried about being homeless and stressing, and that's why I was depressing you. Because I would work all day and nothing is affordable. And I'm sitting there trying to make you laugh anyway. Instead of putting makeup on my face to make a mockery of you like a clown. I'd rather tell you a joke and have you laughing. I'd rather be self-deprecating and make you laugh. Like, I know. You don't really respect me. You're stuck with me forever, but it's a lie. And then the ones that will stick with you forever want to see you cry. Even though they say they love you. Like, that's fucked up, dude. You know? You treat me like I'm a fucking puppet with strings that you could pull. It's not going to be that way forever. You don't get to just treat me however you want. Because I don't do that to you. I don't just talk to you however I want and say fucking deal with it. Now do I? When I start acting like you don't like it. Man, get over it, lighten up, right? That type of stuff. You don't like that when I treat you the way you treat me. I've noticed it. If I treat people how I've gotten treated, even if it's not all of them treating me that way, if I treat people the way this one person, the way these two people, the way these three people have treated me, nobody likes it. You know why? Because there's no common decency about it. You're just all about yourself and you don't even really care about yourself. You neglect your health all the time. and then nobody could tell you about it, but you're telling everybody else. You seeing how they dress? What about how you dress? You saying about how they smell? What about how you smell? How they look? What about how you look? Like enough of you with your gossiping, your gobbledygook. Like it's enough. It's disgusting to me. Like you're not, because for me to, I don't want to knock you down. You just have this misplaced arrogance. You have an abundance of arrogance and ignorance, acting like it's so great. Like, bro, that's fake. Like that's fake. I'm not acting so great when I'm speaking in a metaphorical way. See, I'm an artistic person, even if I'm not an artist. You got it? Like they're just targets, bro. They never been coming from their heart. They never tried to be creative. They just do what they're told all the time. Don't they? I guess I'm not allowed to be more of a right wing kind of guy if I'm creative. Like they got a they got a pigeonhole on they got a chokehold on being a lefty if you're a fucking entertainment type person, creative. Like you trying to be making people laugh. You go out of your way to make people laugh, they go out of their way to fucking annoy. That's what the problem is. You gotta do what I say. Like, no, I don't, bitch. Somebody's gonna put you away. I hope AI robots take your fucking job away. But that's all you're worth. Is telling somebody what to do. I could hear a robot tell it better than you. You're lucky I want human interaction. Because people like you make me want to stay alone. Good thing I don't take it out on everybody else. Even if they invite me in their home, I try to just sit in one spot. Because I know if I get too comfortable, you ain't gonna like me. I'd rather go be homeless instead of having you trying to fight me, saying it's a squatter or whatever it could be. Because I think the whole society is a slave system. And they're making you pay for something that they don't even deserve. They don't even own it. And they're making you pay for it. That's why it's done. That's why it's finished. That's why it's collapsing. Because people are waking up to this gimmick of like, oh yeah, you need them more than you want to admit, but you act like you're so superior. You're obligated to act like a fucking slave master, I guess. And I don't like that shit. Now, do I? I never did. You know that about me. You do things that you know I'm not gonna like. And I refrain. I think everything is gonna bother you that I do. And then you project it onto me. You admit to doing this. Some of them will admit to doing this and then continue doing it. All the time. Like every night. I don't want to hear this. All the time. You've been doing this to me the whole time I know you. And then every time I fall for you again, you go around people I don't even want to be around. You make it about everybody else. When it's like, bro, I don't want to be around them. I can't have my friends, but you could have my friends, but I can't have my friends. And you could be around all these weird people that I have no idea who they are. Yeah. See, at least I try to introduce you to my friends. It's like time to let me go, maybe. Because I try to search for the good things about them, and it feels like it's not worth it. The risk is not there for me to want to. Like, the reward is not going to be there for me. Because I've been taking all these risks, and all I feel is negativity about it. And then when I stop caring, when I stop caring, excuse me, when I don't say excuse me to you, when I don't give a fuck how you feel anymore, right? When I stop being polite to you, when I stop paying attention to you, now you want something to say to me. It's not just a pen pal or like you're helping me through something. No, you want to be with me forever, is what they say. Bro, I don't expect to have a soulmate attached to me and then talk to my exes. Sorry. That's stupid to me. Why would you expect that? Okay, one of them from back in the day. You know. That's what I'm saying, bro. I agree with all that shit these red pill people say. Like, you want me to be okay with, like, all right, at least the single mother didn't kill her baby. You're right. I agree. Now, maybe she should go find somebody that likes to take care of other people's kids. Because it ain't me. Unless you're going to the adoption agency, right? And these kids are neglected in the first place. Those are the only people worth me taking care of, because it's your mistake. You know, you think you made a mistake. When I never thought anything God gives me is a mistake. Like, God doesn't make mistakes, bro. You're not born in the wrong body. That's what I'm trying to say about it. Like, you're against all that shit, right? But you don't have accountability for your sin. Fuck out of here. I'm not here to track and trace you. I'd rather block your ass. You know what I'm saying? You think I'm tracking and tracing somebody? No thanks. You go eat a hot one, bro. You might as well go get the Desi and then pop it in your fucking oxygen tank. Then you blow up. Then you get famous. If I was as old as you, I'd be just like you too, you know? Not everybody is bad when they're older. If I had the money to move boulders with a fucking bobcat, I'd help you out too. I wouldn't have to scratch up your fucking property to feel bad enough to where I have to help you. Like, what did I do to you? And I still helped you anyway, and you fucking disrespect me all day, is how I feel. When I don't disrespect you, you know how much I respect you enough to leave you the fuck alone when you got a problem with me. You know? You got a lot of pride and ego attached to your behavior. I don't like that shit. I don't appreciate it. You know? I don't appreciate that, bro. I was trying to get this done. I knew that was gonna happen. This water was gonna get empty by the time this blizzard came. Now I can't get to the fucking water. Good thing I have more than one container, bro. That's how I feel about it. I don't get sick from using that water. You know, somebody try to get you sick by doing shit to the water. Somebody's always trying to get you sick. I don't like that. You're God's daughter or God's son. I don't like that shit, bro. They make fun of you. They act like you're in the mirror all day, like, because you got your hair in a fucking bun. Like, it's never because it's more utility. Like, yeah, I like having some hair on my head. You know, so it doesn't look like I'm going bald. Because the top is thinner than the sides. Like, oh, duh. So I'm not allowed to have any vanity, but they could put makeup on their face. You know, get plastic surgery. And then everybody respects them for being fake. But all this shit you don't like about me is like, God gave me that, and you still just, there's something about me you love, but you love to hate. You know? You love to hate is how it feels. And I can't be real with that. I can't. Because if I start saying it, it's just going to start problems. You know? Because the things I need to change, I'm like, hey, can you help me? I'm not asking you to be my mother. I have better shit to do, you know? You want me to do all this shit that you can't do? And I wonder why I'm tired. Like, bro, I've been doing this shit my whole life. Vampire. You know, I've been doing this shit my whole life, bro. Helping people out, shoveling that shit for free. All the time. You think it's just you? I don't even want your fucking money, really. I tell you not to worry about it. Because then I start feeling guilty. Because I don't have a dollar to my fucking name. And everything is so expensive. What is this $40 gonna help me? Really? Like, how's that actually gonna help me? If I have to use it to, like, it doesn't even help me be healthy, bro. You know the type of shit you have to buy at the grocery store if you only have 40 bucks and you want to feed a family? And then what? You schmucks act like it's their fault. Well, you shouldn't be fucking that much. You can't afford it. Yeah, I agree. But you abort kids. You know? I guess your body just absorbed it. It's just a clump of cells. Yeah, no, they don't want to hear about this, bro. They don't like kids. Like, kids used to... That's the thing. You want children around, but you want to kill the baby before it comes out of the womb. It's all your choice. You're playing God all day. You have a God complex, and I can't fuck with you. Because I don't look to you. I don't say, hey, God, and then look at you. You know, I look for heaven inside of myself, and then recognize that there's somebody else besides me making the sun come up. You know? It's not the sun bringing itself up. Just to let you know. You know, somebody designed it to be that way. Bro. It's a clock. Think about it like a fucking wristwatch. And then when the time runs out, you're mad. Because he had to get it fixed. He had to fix the springs inside. Because you want to be a little bitch. Acting like you're the most important part. When it takes all this shit to work. It takes everybody to care. You know what happened to these people, bro? They act like there's not even any care in the world. All of a sudden it goes from we are the world and everybody hold hands to fuck you, I got my own plan, I don't need that. When I'm always, bro, I got my own plan too, but I'm still willing to stop and help you, even though I need help too. And I don't expect it from you because you're very selfish. They're very selfish. Everything has to stop when they're sick. But if I have a cough, if I get the ick, or if I feel depressed, it's like, come on. Like, can you just leave me alone? One time. Do you know how to just leave me the fuck alone? Because then I start getting angry about it. And then I actually get sick, you know? Because then I start to not take care of myself. And then I actually start to have problems. Then I start to show mental stress and problems. Like, you need to stay away from me. I'm glad you go with God, finally. That's why all that shit is fake to me. It's like, bro, you use faith and me to get somewhere you want to be, and then leave me in the dust anyway. So what's the problem? Why don't you just do what everybody else... Why don't you do what you always... Fuck everybody else. Why don't you just go do what you always did and worry about yourself? And then accuse everybody else of being that way, when you're that way the most. image of me. You don't like when I block you on the internet. But you need to see my image for some reason. Yeah, that's the grim in me. I'm like, look, I don't give a fuck. You could have 4chan, chat rooms about me. It doesn't even matter. I don't think of myself as that important. I'm always asking for forgiveness from you because I think I did you dirty too. Bo, you always forgive me, but it's harder for me to forgive you because it's a continuous thing from you. It's something that you always seem to do. It's something I'm always feeling when I get around you. And then you want to make me feel bad. You want to make it seem like there's more things you could do to try to get me to trust you, and you just do all the things I don't trust. It's like, how am I supposed to trust you, bro? You go run into everybody else after I say something to you. And I'm not even allowed to make a fucking Facebook post to people who are friends and family that I have regard for. I have high regard for. Because you don't have to know why. They were including me on a time where we were just riding around, having fun. Where they know I needed a friend. Even if they didn't like me that much, they were looking out for me. So I pray for them. Like, if they needed help from me, I would help them. Even if I don't have much. They could have a mansion. And all they need from me is a ride to get back to it because they lost their ID. And I'd say, don't thank me. You know who you should thank, right? JC.